Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. My name is Muhammad Safwan Shahmi bin Muhammad Zainuddin and the corresponding author, Dr. Farhatur Mustamirah binti Muhammad Aziz from FSPPP UIT and Shah Alam. Today, I would like to present my research paper on UN peacekeeping mission in conflict zone, analysis of the implementation of the responsibility to protect, doctrine, and resolution. So we go to the next slide. Okay, on the next slide, we roughly into the problem statement. The problem statement in in the capacity of the issue is the responsibility of protect is a global commitment, which is protect people from the genocide, crime, war crime, ethnic cleansing, and crime against humanity. However, countries often fail to live up to this commitment, even though many countries have agreed to protect their people from terrible things like genocide and the war crime, but they have not enough to stop them. So they have a big gap between what they have said and what they have to do. Meanwhile, the UN peacekeeper who will be sent to the conflict zone had people in a conflict zone face the many trouble on doing their job. So they might not have clear instruction, not enough resources, and not right of training. So they make the difficulty for them to protect the people. However, there are many and remain a significant gap between the principle of the aspirational goal and the practical of the implementation. So we go to the next slide. Okay, the next slide about the research objective and the research question. There are three research objective and three research question. The first on the research objective on the identify and the role and the responsibility of the different actor in the implementation of R2P. The second on the examine how the UN peacekeeping mission can be made more effective in implementing R2P. The third, identify and analyze the challenge and obstacle faced in the implementation the R2P in the conflict zone. So the research question on the RO1 is what the role and the responsibility of the different actor in implementation of the R2P through UN peacekeeping mission. The second, what how can UN peacekeeping mission uh, made be made more effective in implementing R2P. And the third research question is what are the challenge and obstacle that UN mission face in implementing R2P in a conflict zone. So we go to the next slide. Okay, the next slide are some overview about the literature review. The first paper have been truly conducted on the research is going to the Bellamy 2010. Bellamy has the inside gain support, but R2P is still inconsistent to implement. So a key challenge is determined when the military intervention is justified. So the liberalism and the constitution offer different perspective into the R2P side. So second paper from here 2013, they here look at that have a gap between R2P goal and practical application into R2P mandate. So the military intervention remain continuously. So political factors significantly influence R2P in the implementation of the R2P in the conflict zone. So the third paper on the present by the lab 2010 Tupi is widely accepted but underutilized. So they have a lack of political will and competing filter behind the Tupi implementation. So the international resolution and norm have to play the big crucial role in Tupi. So the fourth paper is STEMNES 2016. Standard review on the current Adobe hardware has been limitation, so it's particularly deep into the focus on the military intervention. Terminus offer the alternative approach to play should be considerable. On the theoretical framework, state interest and international norm have to shape into the R2P implementation. The last on the UN document 2005 was submit have a formalized the R2P principle aim to protect population and from genocide, war crime, recklessness, and crime against humanity. So we go to the next slide. Okay, next slide about the methodology. Okay, the methodology have used in the this research is qualitative case study. If I analyze to the develop into the complex play between UN peacekeeping and the implementation of the R2P. Doctrine focus on the Sierra Leone and South Sudan. So the data collection from the documentation from UN document and also article and journal are related to R2P and peacekeeping mission. So we go to the next slide. Okay, next slide is about the case study. The case study being pursued is on the Sierra Leone and the South Sudan. So we go to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, that's called UNAMSIL. The mandate and the operation have been deployed in the 1999 to implement the Lom Peace Accord and protect the civilian. Uh, they are focused on the peace enforcement and later transitioning to the peacekeeping, but it faced more challenge as a hostile environment, resource constraint, and also complex political dynamic. So they go to the R2P implementation, protect implementation referring into the protected civilian, particularly in urban area, disarm the rebel group and support the peace process. Also, they have faced the limitation in the reaching remote area and addressing root cause of conflict. So we go to the second, which is second case study into the south of Sudan. The South Sudan mandate operation has been deployed in 2011 to protect civilian, monitor human rights, and support the peace of process. So they operate in the complex political environment with ongoing conflict and ethnic tension. They face many challenges such as resource constraint, security threat, and also logistic difficulty. The R2P implementation in South of Sudan is narrow on the protected are the civilian and civil area, but have a struggle into the remote region. They have monitored human rights abuse, but face more limitation in preventing them. So we go to the next slide. Okay, and on the next slide, we have talking about preliminary finding. The first preliminary finding is mandate and the resources constraint. Mandate and resource constraint that show that peacekeeping mission often have a two big problem. First, the unclear goal and not enough of resources. Uh, on the unclear goal that which is on the ongoing on the unclear mandate, we see sometimes don't have a clear instruction on the what to do, especially when it comes from protecting the civilian. For example, on the UNAMI, in Darfur, they have peacekeeping have struggled because it wasn't allowed to use the force to protect people. So they don't have enough resources when the mission often lack of necessary troop, equipment, and also the money to do their job effectively. In which is an example on the UNAMSID in Sierra Leone could not protect the people in the remote area due to this limitation. So, experts like Luck and Bellamy have highlight this issue. They argue that clear goal and adequate resources are crucial for successful and peacekeeping mission. So we go to the next primary finding is about political will and the international cooperation. Country need to agree and work together to make the R2P is working. If country only care about themselves and don't cooperate, and it might be dangerous and might be difficult. So putting people like a danger become also difficult. Example on the Rwanda genocide is set example of on the what happened and what other world doesn't act together. Experts like Stemner and Hayek agree that political will be international cooperation are crucial and R2P success. Without them, peacekeeping mission may have a struggle to protect people and also prevent the atrocity. So the next primary finding is operational challenge and capacity building, which is peacekeeper often face the tough condition like the rich area, lack of supply, and not enough trained people. This make them more hard to protect people and stop the violence. Example on the Congo mission, struggle because country is so big and unstable for into the politics. So we go to the next slide. Next slide about the recommendation. Recommendation and the first recommendation that we saw on the clear robust mandate. Peacekeeping mission must have a clear and specific objective to guide their inaction. This mandate should be prioritized the protection of civilian and be tailored to the specific context into each of the mission. The second, adequate resourcing. So, peacekeeping mission require sufficient funding, personnel, and equipment to carry out their tasks effectively. Ad- Adequate resources are also essential for protecting civilian and monitoring human rights and also supporting the peace of support. And the third is about the capacity building. The intelligence have to investing in training and capacity building for peacekeeper and the local authority is an important part. This include training in areas such as conflict resolution, human right law, and also the gender-based violence. Capacity building can enhancing the ability and it also give a peacemaker allocator to the way have to prevent and respond to mass atrocity. The early warning system have to get and might be effective to help anticipate and prevent mass atrocity. Stay involved monitoring potential threat, analyze information, and sharing time alertly. By identifying the risk early, all the policymaker can take proactive measure to protect the civilian. The last about the accountability mechanism. Implementing robust accountability mechanism is also essential to deter perpetrator pre perpetrator of the atrocity. This include both the individual and the collective accountability in focus preventing future crime and promoting the justice. International crime mechanisms such as ICC play have crucial role to investigating and prosecuting individuals accused by war crime against humanity and genocide. So we go to the last slide is about the conclusion. Okay, the conclusion. The R2P doctrine represent a significant gap forward into the international norm and standard. They emphasize the global community obligation and prevent response to mass atrocity, but they have a main remain more complex and challenging. The UN peacekeeping mission have a good key tool, but they have a various obstacle on the issue and might be hinder them from the more effectiveness. So to enhancing the implementation, uh, Dr. P have a strength mandate and allocated self-information. They also established the early effective warning. Thank you.